Can you feel the tension in the air, Lakers Nation? That familiar knot of anxiety tightening in your stomach as the offseason unfolds, not with the triumphant roar of a championship contender, but with the unsettling whispers of discontent? For years, the purple and gold have been synonymous with LeBron James, the undisputed king who brought a title back to Hollywood. But now, as the soon-to-be 41-year-old superstar issues a veiled threat to seek a trade if his team isn't a championship contender, a chilling question echoes through the hallowed halls of the Crypto.com arena. Is the king truly ready to abdicate his throne in Los Angeles? Or are the Lakers simply playing a dangerous game of chess with his legacy, pushing him towards an unthinkable exit in their desperate attempt to balance winning now with building for a future that might not include him? The NBA offseason is a whirlwind of speculation, trades, and free agency frenzy, but for the Los Angeles Lakers, this summer feels different. It feels precarious, with a glaring hole at the center position and the seismic shift in organizational philosophy that has seemingly relegated LeBron James from the undisputed primary decision-maker to a concerned observer. The stakes have never been higher. The king has spoken, albeit through the measured words of his agent, Rich Paul. He wants to compete for a championship now. And what if the most impactful player of his generation, the very cornerstone of the franchise, is also their most valuable trade chip, the pathway to achieving both immediate needs and a long-term vision? This is precisely the audacious scenario proposed by Zach Lowe of The Ringer, a trade pitch that has sent ripples of shock and intrigue across the league. Lowe, a respected voice in NBA analysis, laid out a hypothetical blockbuster that would see LeBron James flipped for a starting center and a much younger, elite defensive wing. To me, the Knicks are the most interesting one because they could sell it as if it's OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson, or some combination of Anunoby, Mikal Bridges and Robinson. Lowe mused on his podcast, The Zach Lowe Show. He continued, they could sell it as we get LeBron James and we're kind of actually sneakily cleaning up our books for 2 or 3 years down the line, assuming it's a short-term LeBron deal. Imagine the implications. The Lakers, a team desperately in need of defensive anchors, acquiring elite defenders like Anunoby or Bridges who can cover up for the defensive limitations of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. And in Mitchell Robinson, they would finally land a legitimate starting center, a rim protector and rebounder who could immediately shore up their biggest weakness. For Rob Pelinka, the Lakers' general manager, flipping an expiring salary like James's into a package of young, elite defensive talent and a starting center would be nothing short of a monumental win, a masterstroke that could reshape the franchise for the next decade. But at what cost to the legacy of LeBron James in purple and gold? More than meets the eye. The King's true intentions initially, even a seasoned observer like Zach Lowe admitted he thought he'd seen this movie before. LeBron James, leveraging his impending free agency to pressure his team into making win-now moves, a familiar tactic from his days in Cleveland and even during his earlier years with the Lakers. It's a power play, a strategic maneuver to force the hand of management. But as he thought it over and over again, Lowe believes there's more to this current situation than meets the eye. I think this is more than that because there's no player option on the other end of this, Lowe explained. This is it. This is the end of the contract, and I don't know if it's because there was a disagreement over a potential longer-term contract. It obviously has not been signed by LeBron James if it's been offered by the Lakers. This isn't about a future opt-out, it's about the immediate present. If it's a broader philosophical this is not my team anymore and I don't like how that feels. But this began to feel to me, and to people around the league, less like the classic LeBron leverage play, longer view window I'll decide in the summer, and veering into does he want to be on a different team now? This sentiment was further amplified by LeBron's longtime agent, Rich Paul, who provided a rare glimpse into the King's mindset, following his decision to opt in instead of his customary opt-out and sign a new 1+1 deal. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Paul told ESPN. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. The message is clear. LeBron appreciates the past, but his focus is squarely on the present, on the pursuit of another ring. The Donic Pivot and its rippling fallout, the underlying tension, the philosophical divide, became starkly apparent when the Lakers made a seismic organizational pivot from James, trading away Anthony Davis, LeBron's closest friend on the team and a fellow Clutch Sports client, for Luka Doncic. This was a clear signal, a definitive shift in the franchise's direction. Upon Donic's arrival, the Lakers quickly catered to his demands, a move that was undoubtedly noticed by LeBron's camp. The rescinded Mark Williams trade, reportedly at Donic's behest, served as a stark reminder of who the new face of the franchise was. "We understand the difficulty in winning now, while preparing for the future," Paul continued, articulating the tightrope the Lakers are walking. "We do want to evaluate what's best for LeBron at this stage in his life and career. He wants to make every season he has left count, and the Lakers understand that, are supportive, and want what's best for him." The words are diplomatic, but the subtext is undeniable. LeBron wants to win, and he wants to win now. The Lakers' actions, however, suggest a different timeline, a long-term vision that may not align with the urgency of a player in the twilight of his legendary career. The early moves in free agency have done little to quell these anxieties. The Lakers' first major splash was signing an unproven 23-year-old wing, Jake LaRavia, after seemingly botching the return talks for the much-needed Dorian Finney-Smith. It's a move that, in the context of LeBron's ultimatum, feels like a shrug, a tacit admission that immediate, impactful veteran help might not be their top priority. Perhaps, as many are now whispering, the writing is truly on the wall. Desperate measures and the Lillard conundrum beyond the proposed LeBron trade, the Lakers are desperately pushing to land other high-profile free agents. They continue to be linked to center DeAndre Ayton after the former number 1 pick received a buyout from the Portland Trail Blazers. Ayton, a talented but enigmatic big man, could fill the gaping hole at center, but his fit and consistency remain question marks. Even more intriguing, and perhaps more indicative of their current predicament, is the Lakers' connection to Damian Lillard following his surprising release by the Milwaukee Bucks. The Athletic's Sam Amick, Eric Nehm, and Joe Vardon labeled the Lakers, Boston Celtics, and Golden State Warriors as teams pushing to sign Lillard immediately, despite the star's Achilles injury. Not surprisingly, league sources say Lillard received calls from several contending teams quickly after the news of his Bucks ending broke. They reported, league sources say the Golden State Warriors, Boston Celtics, and Los Angeles Lakers are known to be among the many teams that would have interest in doing a deal sooner rather than later. The idea of a Lillard-James-Doncic trio is undeniably intriguing, a potential offensive supernova. However, the harsh reality of Lillard's Achilles injury looms large. He could miss the entire 2025-26 season, potentially not suiting up again until the 2026-27 campaign. This directly contradicts LeBron's stated desire to win now, and as ESPN's Tim Bontemps and Jamal Collier reported, Lillard is not expecting to sign with a team this season. While at least the current expectation, sources said, is that Lillard won't sign with anyone for the 2025-26 season. He now will get all of the money owed to him and will get the chance to spend the next 12 to 18 months rehabbing his injury, then choosing his next destination for the first time in his career as an unrestricted free agent. This puts the Lakers in an impossible bind. They are pursuing a star who likely won't play this season, while their current superstar is demanding immediate contention. How landing an injured Lillard, who was previously on a 2-year, $112 million contract, though his market will be far more tepid now, would impact James' urgency to win immediately is unclear. It feels like a gamble, a desperate swing for a future that might not align with the present. The crossroads of a dynasty, the Los Angeles Lakers, stand at a critical crossroads. On one path lies the traditional win-now approach, catering to LeBron James's immediate desires, even if it means sacrificing future flexibility. On the other, a calculated pivot towards a younger core centered around Luka Doncic, a strategy that might alienate their current king, but could secure a longer, more sustainable future. the proposed trade of LeBron, the pursuit of injured stars, and the quiet moves in free agency all paint a picture of a front office grappling with this profound dilemma. Will the Lakers manage to thread the needle, satisfying LeBron's championship aspirations while building for the future? Or will the tension, the conflicting timelines, and the audacious trade proposals ultimately lead to an unthinkable parting of ways? Leaving Lakers Nation to wonder what could have been? The King has made his intentions clear. Now, the ball is firmly in the Lakers' court. Their next move will define not only the immediate future of the franchise, but also the final, indelible chapters of LeBron James's unparalleled career. What are your thoughts, Lakers Nation? Is trading LeBron James a necessary evil to secure the franchise's future, or an unforgivable betrayal of a legend? Do you believe the Lakers can truly contend for a championship this season with their current roster and free agency strategy? Let us know your take in the comments below. And if you're as passionate about the future of the purple and gold as we are, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for all the breaking news, in-depth analysis, and passionate discussions you won't find anywhere else. Let's keep this conversation going because the destiny of the Lakers and the King hangs in the balance.